Good morning, everyone, especially gardeners. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me today because of the rain, but I did want to shoot a quick update of what's going on my screen porch. My poor orchids have been through heck the last couple of weeks because we had to have home repair, which meant taking the sliding glass door to the screen porch out, which meant I couldn't get to my orchids, I couldn't water them. The poor Vandas went 2 different periods of no water for 3 days, and they're accustomed to being watered at least once a day this time of year. But I finally got everything put back in place last night. I was a little under the weather off and on, taking antibiotics that were making me sick of my stomach, so it took several days to get everything back where it belonged. My sweet husband put it out, but he put, not knowing, the phalaenopsis and Vandas were in the sunniest spots, and the dendrobians were in the shade spots. So if you're a orchid gardener, that's about the opposite of what it should be. But finally, everything's back in place. But what I got a close look at things and discovered a couple things, and one is that the phals are really starting to put out bloom spikes. Look at this guy. He's got 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't remember where this phal was from, but I think it was from that orchid shop in St. Petersburg. No, Gulfport. Yeah, I think it's the one from Gulfport. This is one of the ones I rescued from CVS, and I think this is the other one from CVS. I've got to do something here. Everything's so crowded. Everybody's leaves have gotten so big. Everything used to fit in here. Anyway, so that was impressive. And then this guy had a long spike coming up, but lo and behold, it got broken. I'm not surprised because we kept moving them indoors and outdoors for cold weather, and then we had this repair, and so yeah. The other 2 in the repot me pots don't have spikes, and they're really coming out of the pots. I don't mind a phalaenopsis to be at an angle like this, kind of coming out of the pot. In fact, I prefer that so that water can't gather as easily. But these are literally really coming out of the pot. I don't know if it's the repot me pot or these swinging baskets, but whatever, something is. So we have another one here, and that one looks more like a root. And this is the one I was so worried about because it had a big bloom spike going, and looky, it's branched off 2 more on that. Or someone tried to eat on it, it looks like. The only insects that I seem to find around here are moths at night. So I don't know if they eat them. But I do have this one. This is on an old bloom spike. Just all of a sudden it took off, and look, it's growing a tip again. So, or at least I think it is. I don't know. But that's on an old bloom spike. Oh, anyway. I'm not sure. I kind of think this died during all this transition. It was the one on the bottom that still had green in it, but I don't think it does now. Bummer. These 2 seem okay. I still get green when I water them. And this is less and less green all the time. I get all this brown out of there, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't do well to interruptions. And then this is growing pretty good. And then I notice it has all these little things. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, see? And then I guess it's just the way the leaves are there, but the one on the bottom looks different. Maybe it's not. This one's still hanging on to its leaves, so I'm still watering them. My catasetum never really got a rest period. Maybe 2 weeks at the most. Yeah, some of my Vandas are unhappy, like this one. That one's been a struggle anyway. since I bought it bare root. And then I got quite a few Vandas that got this. And I don't know if it was from the cold day, because they didn't get brought in on every cold day. Sometimes I just covered them, hoping for the best. And then they got put in the sun. So I had a couple yellow leaves. That one's still there. I think I pulled the other yellow leaf off. But I did myself a favor, and I put all these ones that need a lot of water, like every day, kind of like Vandas. These are the ones that don't have medium, really, except the ones at the bottom. They kind of got, that one kind of just got stuck there for now. And then I put them all together because I was having to turn this thing and only water part of the plants. And you know what? If you make it too much work, then it's really easy to skip it or not do things exactly as you should. So I took this opportunity to put all my water daily plants together. Even though they're different species, they have different light requirements, but I figured water was more basic than light in this case. All right, and so on here I put, you know, Cattleya and their friends, their types of, mostly here. Oh, there's this plant. I thought this plant had gone missing. It's right here with the Cattleyas. Oh, and look, it's got some new growth, so yay. It's my upside down orchid. And then on this side back here, which is going to get sun from two directions, are Oncidium, mostly, and a few other things. Coconut orchids. I don't know, that might be too much light for them. I don't think so, though. I think they I don't think I really have to worry about too much light for anybody in my screen porch. I think it's quite the opposite. More Cattleyas in front of the Dendrobiums again. I left that hanging side empty so that my new fixture can get more light. You know, nothing blocking it. And this one I've got to keep a close eye on because I moved it here to up the light for it. It blooms every year. Not this time of year, but it hasn't been giving me a ton of a lot of blooms. So I thought, well, maybe. Oh, there's some new growth right there. And I've noticed this blushing on quite a few of mine. Some here, just a lot of blushing. And Dendrobium's back. This one I think is finally going to drop its leaves. I think that was from the cold. Same with this. I think they finally, and some Dendrobium yellow leaves. I did not bring, a couple times we brought everything in. Most of the time we brought in Vandas and some, like this Phalaenopsis with the really long bloom spikes, because I was afraid that the bloom spikes would, die off. But a lot of times I just covered stuff because we're in a screen porch, which gives it a lot more warmth already. And so, but doing that also, can damage stuff. There was some more, I had some more blushing and I can't remember where it was. Yeah, that's not from, sunburn, because this plant, the light level in this hasn't changed. Just this time of year, I sometimes get plants with, a bit of purpley to them for a while. So, and I moved these down here, which may seem like a lot of sun, but it's really more light than direct sun. And they started down here at one point, so bulbal phylums, I'm always trying to figure out something perfect for them. Yeah, so that's about it. It's not a long video, not a ton going on, because we've been sequestered either due to cold or screen door and header repairs. So my poor plants really haven't been in this position to sit out, get light, get adequate moisture for probably 3 weeks, realistically. And and then my outside ones, I did add that one Cattleya that I moved away from the other Cattleyas, worried that it had something contagious, and I don't think it does. It's out there now with them. It's been in the front yard, sequestered, Ooh, I didn't realize I'm starting to get brown leaves on the cymbidium. Now, wasn't worried about it because it's supposed to like cold weather. Maybe that was a mistake. Anyway, thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you'll like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're an orchid grower, I hope that you too will share your plants on Facebook with the rest of us, if you haven't already. I watch quite a few channels of people who grow orchids or other plants. I love succulents too. But I know some of you watch and grow, but haven't quite taken the leap to make your own YouTube channel. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.